So it was Halloween Day, October 31st, and this was youth weekend in Missouri. My niece, Lily, had been talking about wanting to go deer hunting. And so my brother, Tanner, was going to take her, but he ended up having to work. And so he asked my dad if Dad could take Lily. Dad said, yeah. And so I was like, well, shoot, I'll go film it. That'd be kind of cool. That way Tanner could at least see it on film. And so it was a really neat opportunity for me because, you know, I can remember back to Dad taking me hunting and teaching me some different lessons, and it was cool for me to be kind of like the third wheel back behind the scenes. It was really neat, just experience all around. It wouldn't have even mattered if we didn't see a deer because we were, you know, just enjoying Lily's first time out in the woods. And we didn't do any interviews or anything out there because, you know, it wasn't so much about filming it for, you know, deer driven. It was more of filming it for capturing memories, and especially for my brother. We get out there, pretty good timing actually, and it was real thick fog cover. There's a ridge that comes down with this long skinny bottom, and then this area that we call the swamp that deer bed in a lot, and it's right next to the lake. You know, as we're sitting there, we didn't see anything early on. We had been seeing more deer activity in this field since we cut it. So I was hopeful that we'd see something, and we sat there a couple hours, didn't see anything but some squirrels and some birds. And right about the time that Lily was sitting there and starting to get cold and thinking about calling it quits and going back up to the truck, I look out at the end of the field and there's a deer walking through the field probably like 150 yards away. And so I was like, hey, there's a deer, you know, and pointed it out, and she got excited and her adrenaline started going. My adrenaline was going, honestly, probably more than hers was. But the deer just cut straight across the field, didn't present us a shot. Dad ended up telling Lily, he's like, you know, I bet if we just sit tight for a little bit, I bet you that deer's gonna come right back out in this field. So Lily was warmed back up now because of all the adrenaline, and so she was like, okay. And so we sit there, and about another 20 minutes goes by, and at this point she's getting cold again. The adrenaline wore off, and you know, she leaned over and told my dad that she was cold, and Dad said, well, just snuggle up over here, you know, on my shoulder. But literally right when that happens, Dad looks down in the field and he says, hey, that deer's back out here.
Cock the hammer back. Good job, you hit it.
I did?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, yay.
All right, and mark where your spot was.
Okay, it was over there by that little bush right there.
Yeah.
That real tiny one.
Okay, sit back for a minute. Good job, Willie. Looked like she blew it pretty hard.
It jumped for sure like it got hit.
Oh, do you need one of the bullets? I have one.
I've got some more over here in my pocket.
Hey Lily, what do you think?
Pretty sweet.
Heck yeah.
Did you see it hop up near like that?
Got it all on film.
I don't know what.
Man, oh yeah. Looked like she hit it pretty hard right there in that shoulder. That's pretty cool to be able to sit from behind her and see it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, she shot a doe. We're gonna give her a little chance to lay down and die, and then we'll go get it.
Alright.
Oh, you got him. Oh.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Sweet. Man, I mean, I looked up and she was just right there.
How cool was that? We were able to double up, and that was like awesome. We were all just like, wow, this is nuts. And so we ended up texting my brother Austin, who was actually hunting in another location out there with us, and told him that we shot 2, and he texted back that he just shot a buck. We ended up getting down, found my deer, and then Forlong found Lily's, and Lily's didn't even go, 40 yards at the most. She absolutely smoked that deer. Hers ended up being a little button buck, but it was still a cool first deer. And what's crazy is that thing was at 125 yards, and so heck of a shot, Lily. But anyway, we get both of those deer, and we end up going up to Austin and try to help him blood trail his, and his was just leaving little specks. And so what happened was he drew back, but as it was coming, he was following it, and his elbow ended up hitting the tree behind him, causing him to shoot. And so he didn't hit it where he wanted to. And so we were pretty worried, but somehow it only went like 60 yards. We ended up finding it, and it's this real nice 6-point. It's a mainframe 8, but it doesn't have any brow tines. It was crazy. And so we ended up taking 3 deer that day, and it was just an awesome hunt and a great way to start Halloween.